It has taken me 3 months to be able to give myself this manicure. And that feels so crazy to me, just thinking about that and even saying it out loud. I started already off camera and gave myself a full pedicure. 1 second while I grab this out of this plastic package. So I've done the pedicure already and I'm working on this manicure last. I am going to just do a simple gel polish. And I have these gel strips from, I think, years ago now that I didn't use. And I'm going to try to do an accent nail with just one nail on each hand with these. And then gel polish on the rest of the fingers. But yeah, I felt like filming this today because this is doing my nails always was art therapy for me. I was someone who took immaculate care of myself. I had a whole routine and a schedule that I followed diligently, and it was therapeutic for me. I love colors. I love body products. Like, I was the person who, I'm like trying to do this while looking through the camera. I think that's not going to work for me. I have to look at my actual nails and not look through the camera screen. But anyway, self-care was always a form of art for me. Self-expression, just fun. Like, I would always have this setup or something like this, just very girly, very pink. I made it fun. Nothing about taking care of myself was generic before my mom passed away. It was very much so intentional, very much so artistic, very creative, very fun, and very on schedule. And it's been 2 years now, going on 2 years, almost 2 years. And I can't even believe that. Like, every time I say that out loud, it just feels like it can't be true. Like, it literally feels like just yesterday. And on the topic of self-care, I'm forced to look at myself in the mirror. Like, it feels like time hasn't passed at all, but I'm looking at myself and the things around me, and things are changed. They have changed. And I feel like there's no reason why I shouldn't have been able to do this simple manicure, pedicure before now, but I literally just haven't had the energy, had the mental space, the quiet, the time to do this until now. And I'm happy to finally be doing this, but at the same time, it makes me sad. It makes me think about, I think this whole time I haven't wanted to believe or to dwell on how much my grief has affected me, how much time has gone by, because I didn't want to make myself feel bad about where I was or where I am in this point in time. I didn't want to feel like grief had affected me or had changed my life at all. I wanted to still believe that everything was right on track and I was still going to meet all of my goals and all of my milestones and all of my metrics, and that wouldn't be unchanged. But that's not true for me. And just thinking about my level of self-care really drives it home. Like, you know, forget milestones and goals. Like, I haven't even been able to take care of myself physically, like things that were once basics. And that's really hard to accept, especially as someone who put a lot of time and love, not just time, not like vanity, but actual love in taking care of myself, grooming myself. And I don't know if any of you listening feel the same way or have had the same experience, but I feel like maybe I'm not alone in this. This is like, if I can get the camera to focus, a glittery bubblegum pink. I love this color. This is my go-to. And I feel like this is something that everyone can relate to, whether you identify as female or male, or if you do your nails and use polish or not, or whatever. That whatever it is that you do for self-care, let me know in the comments below if that was impacted at all by your grief. I hear a lot from people that grief did affect the way that they took care of themselves. So let me know how it is for you. And I remember when my mom was in the hospital, I was just about to do a self-care day. And I didn't get to do it. Like, I literally was planning on doing it the next day or something. The day that she had her health emergency. And I never did it. You know, she spent 2 weeks in the hospital and didn't make it. And then after that came the funeral and everything else that happened. I didn't comb my hair for 3 months after that. And that's just combing my hair, washing my hair. And I didn't have anyone who was helping me do that. I remember brushing my teeth was really hard in the beginning for several months. Of course, my hair didn't, that just, once I did finally comb my hair, I didn't Oh, actually, this is going to be my accent nail. Let me take that off. Once I did finally comb my hair for the first time 3 months later, my hair routine wasn't like back to normal. It was like, again, on the every other month basis, if that. Washing my face was hard to do. I didn't do that. I just kind of did the water splash routine for a very long time. So now that I'm finally, like literally just now, almost 2 years later, feeling like I'm coming back into my routine more consistently, right? Because I've done things in the last 2 years sporadically that were a part of my normal routine, like going back to my esthetician, once every 6 months when I used to see her once a month. I've started using like my face products again, my normal regimen. So I've done things, obviously brushing my teeth every day now, the normal grooming, bathing and stuff like that I've been doing consistently, but like everything all at once the way that it used to be, I haven't fully returned to that. And now is the closest I've gotten to it. And it reminds me to not, I feel like I don't want to take these moments for granted anymore. But in a way, I kind of do want to take it for granted. I don't want to feel like, oh my God, I just did my manicure and this is such a rare thing. I don't want to feel that way because I want it to be normal again. I want to feel like myself again. I want it to be guaranteed again. So I feel like a mixture of relief, a mixture of disappointment, irritation. Like, it shouldn't be this hard. So after every layer, I'm using alcohol to wipe off the residue before applying the next coat. I think I'm gonna do 3 coats. I started giving myself these custom fun manicures a couple years ago, several years ago, because I used to go to the nail salons and I felt like it just wasn't, the service wasn't adding up to what I was paying. Like, none of it felt luxurious, none of it felt custom, and I felt like I was paying a lot of money for products more than anything, like for them to use the products on me at the salon, the nail salon, instead of like any specialized expertise in what they were doing, because I have naturally long nail beds and long nails that grow quickly. So I wasn't doing any, I guess you call them like acrylics or I don't really know what the word is because I don't use them, but I wasn't doing anything other than, I'm gonna have to do this off camera because I can't see. I wasn't doing anything other than polish and the basic filing and cutting. And I figured I might as well do it myself. Like, I can do it and take my time and make it fun and make it therapeutic, and I could invest the money in the actual products instead of spending it for the service alone at the salon. And that way I could own the products and use them multiple times. So that's what I started doing. And I'm by no means an expert or anything, but for what I do and what I need for my nails, I can manage myself pretty easily, and it turns out all right. My mom, I get my nails from the women in my family. All of the women in my family have the same nails. We have the same nail bed, the same length and ease of growth or fast growth. My mom taught me, how to polish my nails all of my life. That was before gel was a thing, and so we were using regular polish. And I remember my mom taking me to the salon, the nail salon, as a kid and all throughout my life. And then also, like, we would do touch-ups at home. I have all of her nail polish collection, like hundreds of bottles that are regular polish that I don't use anymore because gel is the miracle that all of us people who were around before gel was a thing know. Having to wait all day for your nails to dry and then them not ever fully being dry and getting smudges in your nails as soon as you left the salon, like, it was such a hassle. So my life has been all about gel, but I've been thinking about all of her bottles of polish and how I still want to use them. Maybe on a day where I feel like I have time or something, or I don't mind waiting for them to dry, maybe I'll do it. Maybe I can do an art project with the polish, the esmalte. I remember that was such a thing, to say esmalte instead of pintura. It's more grammatically correct and, I guess, luxurious. I don't know. For all of my nail divas listening, what kind of mani-pedis do you get? Do you do acrylics? What kind of polish do you use? Are you a nail art person? Do you do any of it yourself? Do you have a nail tech, or do you go to a salon? I know so many people have like their personal nail techs, and it's such an intimate relationship with a person and their nail tech. So I've been told there's a lot of loyalty, a lot of trust that goes into that. Maybe one day, I think I just made a scratch, but I don't care. Maybe one day I'll have my own nail tech person. But I really feel like I've grown so accustomed, or I had grown so accustomed to doing things myself, not just to save money or to be feeling like I had to do everything myself, but I actually enjoyed it. And I feel like I've been able to, like with hair and makeup specifically, I've been able to craft my own signature style by doing it myself, because over time I had learned things that were specific to me, color theory based off of my undertones, my face symmetry, and different application techniques. Like it just became more custom, and I was able to experiment more. And you know, honestly, I feel like unless you have someone who truly loves you and truly knows you and is truly passionate about the art, I think it's very easy to come across beauticians of any field that are kind of more surface level, that aren't going to be thinking that deeply about the intricacies that are unique to you. They're not going to be paying as much attention as you might about yourself, or notice the things that you would notice about yourself. So doing things myself has helped me to craft a more specific look. So I think these are all the coats that I'm going to apply of the actual polish. I'm thinking about it. I'm trying to see. The light is kind of dim in here. Maybe I'll do one more coat. Maybe not. Maybe not. Because the accent nail is clear with glitter, and it's gonna be a more clean girl look. My kitty is walking through. You might see her on camera. Hi, honey. So I think this matches my ring finger most clearly, or most closely. So this gel strip is supposed to be, it's already cured, so it doesn't need light, but it's also supposed to, I guess, be like self-adhering. But I've used these before when I first opened this pack, and it didn't last it didn't stay on very well. So the way it works is you get it to fit your nail as best you can. And I may have applied this upside down. Let's see, let's try it the other way. I don't know if it's supposed to go from no glitter to the most glitter. Kind of feel like it looks better with the most glitter closer to the nail bed. So you mold it to your nail as best you can, and then you like fold over the excess and then file it off. And then it should just kind of like snap off on its own. This video is going to be a longer one than usual. I hadn't thought about how long it would take me to do this manicure, but it gives us the opportunity to chat. Alright, so I don't feel secure with just the self adhesion alone, so I hope this works out, but I'm gonna put a top coat over this. And those of you who are watching are probably screaming, don't do that, or yes, do it, but I won't know that until someone leaves a comment, but I'm hoping this is okay to do that. I follow a couple of YouTube channels and Instagram pages that are beauty centered, and these particular artists do services for people who have been experiencing hardship, whether it's like hair dematting. I think mostly it's hair dematting. So people who haven't been able to comb their hair for a very long time, they help them to comb their hair out without having to cut all of it off. And I've been following these channels for years, just appreciating it, appreciating the process and the generosity to help people. I always love generosity and helping people. My mom was the same way. She used to watch YouTube channels about grass cutters who would help people in need to cut their grass. And she loved it because she would always say, you know, sometimes people just need help. everyone needs help sometimes. And we all have the ability to do something to help someone. And so I would follow these hairstylists that offer dematting services for people. And I just was appreciative that someone would care enough to do it and have the patience to help someone. And I always, to me, it wasn't hard to understand how someone could be in a position where they hadn't been able to take care of themselves. Just because I feel like, or I felt like that wasn't, it just didn't seem far-fetched to me. It didn't seem impossible. It made sense, you know, like people get overwhelmed and usually self-care is the first thing to go. And so now that I'm experiencing this biggest grief of my life, this is the most intense situation of my life ever. I totally get it now because I have firsthand experience. And I think maybe all of us have experienced this in some point in our life, whether it's just a stressful period due to whatever, maybe health, maybe family issues, maybe school stress, job stress, where we only had the energy to just get through each day. And maybe our house wasn't as well kept as usual. Maybe we stopped going to the gym. I think all of us have experienced this to some degree or not. And but now I see like how it could easily be a year, 2 years before someone could have the time, the energy, the courage, the whatever to comb their hair. And for me, I feel like I have been very active in my grief experience. Like I haven't been laying in bed sleeping. Like I've had to be very involved. Even years later, there's been a lot that I've had to be responsible for and take care of. And so I think I'm gonna try one more layer on the accent nail, or I may have to accept that this may just not work. Because it's obviously not, it's not adhered at all. Thinking, what could I possibly do? Do I want to take the time to struggle with this? I don't. Okay, so this is not happening today. I'm gonna put it right back. And you know, maybe someone in the comments will tell me why that didn't work and suggest some alternatives. But I'm just gonna go ahead and just use the regular polish that I used on all the other nails because I'm taking the easy route today. I'm gonna complete this. So I was saying something. I understand how someone could not comb their hair. Oh yeah, so I've been very involved in what I've been experiencing the last 2 years. It hasn't been a vacation or a time off or slowing down or anything like that for me. And that has put me in a state of like doership that I feel like it's hard to stop. I feel like it's like a train. I've been a train that's been going at like, I don't know how fast trains go, but like maybe, I don't know, 200 miles per hour. And because I've had to, there were things, very serious, time sensitive, urgent things back to back to back to back to back that I've been doing. And I feel like maybe this is a survival mechanism, but I've like, even in moments where maybe I could have, and I hesitate to say this because I really couldn't have, but I guess my body, my mind, my nervous system has kept me in that kind of go mode because I needed to. Like, I couldn't relax deeply because there were things that still needed to be done. And there are still things that need to be done, but I think maybe I've gotten better at handling it all 2 years later, that maybe it requires just like a little less from me than it used to. Like, I'm talking maybe 5% less. And so in that 5% less, I am returning to my self-care. And that's one thing I notice. And I think this is a strong point for me. And maybe not everyone is able to have this experience. But like I said, I was very deep into my self-care before all of this. Like, it was automatic, like clockwork. And so I've noticed that every single time I've had a moment of reprieve in the last 2 years, though it's been inconsistent and frequent, I have always wanted to do self-care. Always. Like, that's my first instinct, is to, I don't know, maybe take a nap, or want to sunbathe, or want to get a massage, or want to see my esthetician. Like, the desire to do self-care is the first thing that comes back to me. And so that really just shows me, like, the fact that the desire is there underneath everything and that I still haven't been able to do it really shows me just how much pressure I have been under. And I want to say to everyone listening, I understand what you're going through and how you feel and how intense it is to feel like you can't take a moment to care for yourself. And I won't even try to come from the falsehood or the luxury of saying, oh, but you can. Like, honestly, now I understand that sometimes people, their unique circumstances, they really can't. And you may be going through something right now where, like, it's literally survival every single day. Every moment of each day, you're going from one thing to the next, and it may not be in your capacity right now to do something that may feel normal or basic to someone else who's not in survival mode. So I want to say that I understand, and I believe you. I believe you. If today you cannot comb your hair, I don't think you're exaggerating. I don't think you're lying. I believe you if you haven't been able to go to your barber. And I want you to not beat yourself up. It is so, so easy. So easy to judge from the outside looking in. It's so easy for someone who's not in your shoes, not struggling to survive, not running the race that you're running, to tell you what you should have done, what you need to be doing, and how easy it is to do it. You know what? And the thing about it is, like, people who judge won't even offer you help. Like, that's the part that's so amazing to me and that feels ridiculous. Like, if I see someone that I feel like is missing the mark and like failing at something that seems so basic and so easy, my first thought is, well, maybe I could just help them. It isn't my initial response to feel like they need a bashing and a critical remark. Because obviously, if it's something easy and they're not able to do it, there must be something going on, right? But you know, this experience has really taught me that just because I think that way and come from a place of love and concern for other people doesn't mean that everyone is coming from that same place. I can't tell you like how interesting it's been dealing with people in grief. It's like sometimes when it comes to certain people, I feel like I have been better off taking care of myself, honestly. And that's actually like the truth. But I will say, if you have actual people around you that you love and that love you and that you truly feel safe with and know that you can trust, ask them for help. We all need help sometimes, no matter who you are, no matter how amazing you are, no matter what your ability is, no matter how much money you have. We all need help. That's just the truth. And sometimes that help is enough to like get you to the place to be able to get back on your feet or get back in the flow, get back in the rhythm. But you have to be safe, right? So we're asking and we're trusting safe people. And if you don't know anyone personally, still reach out. Reach out to your social services. You could do a Google search. There are different community resources available. And even like I was talking about before, there are some stylists, some people online on social media who have a following, who help other people and who may be willing to help you. What I want most is for you to know that it's not your fault and that you're not bad or wrong for needing help. Like, that's the most important thing. That's number one. Like, you needing help says nothing about your worth or your value as a person. And I think that is the hardest thing, is feeling like you don't deserve help or that it's wrong to need help when you need it the most. And that's the thing that can hold people back the most. So finally, we are moving on to the next hand. You know, it's all trial and error. It's all a learning process. Now that I've done the first hand, I know more specifically what I'm doing with the second. So I will not be using the gel strip. I'm gonna just be doing straight polish for all 5 fingers. And oh my gosh, I am so sorry. It is so dark in here and my light switch is on the other side of the room. I cannot see, so I need to hold my fingers up to my face to polish them. But enjoy the ambiance of the candle in the background while I chat with you. And if you found my channel somehow and maybe you're not experiencing grief or anything right now, maybe is there anything you're good at that you can help someone in your personal life with? And the thing is, you never really know. Like, you never know sometimes what people are going through. Maybe there's a friend of yours or a coworker that you're cool with that you're noticing like is struggling with, I don't know, maybe not a coworker because it could get tricky at work with HR and stuff, but maybe someone you just know personally, right? Who maybe their clothes looks, you know, disheveled or something, or maybe their roots are outgrown for the last 3 months. And of course, we're going to be respectful and use tact and discretion and get consent and everything. We're not trying to hurt people's feelings, but maybe like you could offer to help. Like, hey, like, you know, I used to do this all the time. I would take one day out of my month and something that I was good at doing or was doing for myself anyway, I would volunteer for someone else, whether that's like helping them clean their house or, you know, helping them do a blowout on their hair or something. Like, you never know, like that could honestly make a huge difference for someone. And if we all helped each other consistently, it takes the load off, right? If you help people once in a while and then it comes back to you and you get helped once in a while, it's like it's just one less thing you need to do for yourself on top of everything else that you're always doing for yourself. To have someone step in and help you, it could just, that's the difference of like one weekend being completely taken up by your chores to now all of a sudden having the rest of the day to yourself because someone offered you a hand. And maybe there's something you're really good at. Maybe you are great at makeup. Maybe you're great at, you know, I don't know, maybe you're a massage therapist. Maybe you're whatever, you have some kind of skill. You could really make the difference for someone if you could just offer your skill for a moment, especially someone who's grieving. A lot of people ask online, what can I do for my grieving friend or loved one or someone that I know? A lot of the times there's nothing magical that you can say that's going to change things, but it's the handling of things so that the grieving person has one less thing to do on top of being in the most intense pain of their life. And so many people have said to me, and I've heard people say about others, oh, well, they didn't ask. The thing is, it's like when you're literally in the worst experience of your life, the shock of your life, you don't have the capacity or the mental availability to even ask for specific things. It's like a drowning person who's drowning actively, and then people saying like, oh, well, they didn't ask for me to throw them the flotation device or the ring, the lifesaver ring. It's like, you know, maybe they were literally using all of their focus trying not to drown. That, you know, sorry they didn't have the wherewithal to ask you to specifically throw them the ring. But could we also use some awareness and anticipate the needs of people who may not be in their right mind and may not be able to think rationally or simultaneously drown and be coherent at the same time? Offer help. Offer help with practical things. Let people, you know, you can offer and let them say yes or no, but offer. Think about how you would feel if you were in the most extreme situation of your life. What things would fall off for you if you weren't able to be at your 100%? Is it your lawn not being mowed? Is it cooking dinner? Is it going to the grocery store? Is it combing your hair? Like, what things would most likely fall off the quickest or most easily? Maybe you could offer your help with those things to someone who's going through something. I just think it's so sad how mean we all are. And I can't even say we all are because I've not been that person, but for the sake of this conversation, for how mean we all are collectively as a society, like, I mean, just tearing people down, like, for someone's appearance and what they look like and what they're wearing, it's like you never know how like hard it was for that person to even pull that together, you know? And like, how could we you know, our society tells us that your worth is tied to what you look like. That's just the reality of it. But that's not actually true. Our worth is not what we look like or what the physical shows. And can we have some compassion and realize, like, if someone is not presenting themselves in the best way, that's probably because they can't, for whatever reason. Maybe they're going through something. Maybe they don't have the resources. Maybe no one ever showed them how to do it. So grateful for YouTube, because YouTube actually has helped so many people in so many ways. Side note, just in general, like, YouTube has taught people so many things that they wouldn't have otherwise learned from their family of origins, their parents, maybe never knowing how to take care of yourself, how to take care of a home, how to do certain things. That the generosity of people on YouTube who may not even realize like how much they're affecting or impacting someone else's life by filming a tutorial or a vlog, which literally taught someone, a young person or even an older person, how to do something that they never had the opportunity to learn from anyone else in their personal lives. So shout out to all the YouTube tutorial people. You've probably helped more people than you really realize, and helped raise generations of people who didn't have the resource at home to learn how to do certain things. I know I have. I've learned a lot from YouTube. We need to talk to each other. We need to talk to each other. We need to talk about our experiences. We need to help each other. We need to be nice to each other. This is coat number 2. After this cures, I'll do the alcohol wipe, apply coat number 3, and then the alcohol wipe again and top coat. Usually gel polish lasts me like a good 2 weeks before it starts chipping, cracking, and whatnot. And being someone who, I guess, has healthy nail growth, I realize I don't know, maybe that was the right way to say it, but I'm not, for me, it's not about having polished nails all the time. It's more so about having just groomed nails. So just filing my nails and cleaning them and buffing them feels like a style to me. It feels like enough. And it's important to let your nails breathe. And otherwise they can start staining and turning colors and being brittle. So I don't have any problem walking out with bare nails. I'm not the person who has to have polished nails or design nails all the time. For me, as long as they're clean and groomed, that is like my grooming routine. And then, so like for gel polish and accounting for time, giving them to breathe, giving my nails time to breathe. When I was on top of my schedule, I do actual gel polish at most like once a month. So that lasts for 2 weeks. And then for 2 weeks, I let my nails breathe. There's just something so soothing about like sitting in quiet, just taking time to focus on myself. not scrolling on my phone, not consuming any content or anything, just being present and taking care of my physical body. My routine used to be so in depth. Like I wasn't a social media person. I didn't spend a lot of time watching TV. Watching TV was like something I did not do in the past before my mom passed away. If I watched TV, it was scheduled, it was intentional because I was spending so much time like on self-care. If I wasn't working or creating, I was, or cleaning or cooking, like doing the essential things, right? I was doing self-care. So at the gym, daily yoga practice, pranayama, asanas, not like every day a full intensive flow or something, but pranayama every day, asanas every day, meditation, weekly, monthly hair, nails, abhyanga, self-massage, dupas for my hair, face massage, face yoga. It's amazing how luxurious life feels when your body feels good. Like for me, that was my greatest beauty secret, my greatest designer piece. I wasn't someone who bought designer things or had to be dressed in designer anything. It was being able to move my body easily, feel good in my body walking around, have my clothes fit my body nicely from having been active, toning my body, the natural glow of the skin from self-massage, oil massage. Things that are pretty cheap and easy to do yourself at home. Not having to go get a bunch of expensive treatments. It's those daily self-care and beauty treatments that add up over time that create long-lasting, deep, visible beauty. It's not the expensive one-off treatments that you get. It's those daily practices that show up over time. And that's with anything, right? It's not going to get your teeth clean once a year and then never brushing your teeth. It's the daily brushing, it's the flossing, it's those repetitive things that add up over time. I am applying the top coat. This will be the final part of the process. I'm eager to finish because my legs are falling asleep underneath me from sitting in this position. But I am happy because I can go to sleep tonight and feel like I finally accomplished this. And I feel clean. I did a whole hair treatment for myself like 2 days ago. blew out my hair, trimmed it, straightened it. I do my trims, or I used to do my trims every 3 months. I'm like getting back into the routine of that. I actually was like, I had just started a new routine for my hair before my mom passed away. Like, I had literally like studied, again, YouTube University. I literally studied like the actual science of like things that I realized I was doing wrong with my hair. And I had a real, for real plan of how to address it. And then my mom died. And I feel like I've been trying to play catch up and haven't even been able to implement the plan that I was getting ready to start. And my hair is like, it's not, it's struggling on top of me like not having fully addressed the things that I was getting ready to address in the first place. But at least I'm trimmed, and like I'm trying to keep the damage that was from spreading to the new hair or the new growth. I'm learning that I just, as much as I didn't want my healing, my recovery to take time, I'm realizing it takes time. It freaking takes time. I wanted it to be instant. I wanted it to not affect me at all, but it did. And it's been years, and I'm angry about that. But I feel like there's something about acceptance, this new acceptance that I'm coming into, that I'm finally like, okay, that happened. It's affecting me. It's taken time. I've regressed. I've moved backwards. I've, whatever. All of that. But like fully accepting it, not trying to fight it anymore, not shaming and guilting myself, I finally feel like relief, or like space opening up to try again and like slowly make progress. And so wherever you are tonight or today, whenever you're listening to this, I know it's not easy. I know it's disappointing. It's not what you wanted. This may be so unusual for you. But listen to my voice. I am giving you permission. I am inviting you to be easy with yourself. It's not your fault. Your worth is not impacted by you needing help or not being able to do what you used to do, what felt like basic normal care. It is going to take time, and that is okay. It's okay that it's going to take time. Think of someone that you love or something that you love, a possession or a person. And if they got damaged in some way, if you had a favorite car that got damaged or something, and how that car still means something to you, and how you might take several months, several years, restoring it back to its glory. I want you to think of yourself in that same way. And no matter where you are in your grief experience or whatever experience that you're in, whatever hardship you're in, what can you do today? Even if it's one little thing that counts. Is it brushing your teeth? Is it rinsing your face with water? I want you to identify one thing you can do today. One thing you're going to choose to attempt today. And know that that is enough, that that is actually really good, that it adds up over time, that it's a great goal, that you can do it, and that that is a huge, huge accomplishment. So whatever that one thing is, I want to encourage you in that. Look at this. In 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 11 seconds now, I have finally done this manicure that has taken me 3 months to do in 1 hour. And I feel good. I feel accomplished. I feel clean. And I feel really proud of myself. So let this be your encouragement today to go out and do something. No matter what the task is, you can do it. I support you and I'm proud of you. And I will see you in the next video.